ahmaduhu wa sa'inuhu wa sadihi wa safiruhu wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu wa sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna muhammadan abduhu wa rasulullah. I want to read again Assalamu alaikum, and I want to thank Imam Rahman for inviting me again to do the khutbah here. And forgive me for being late. I couldn't find a parking space. Hard to park around here. And the brother helped me out over here. And I wasn't going to come today because something happened to my eye last night. And some grit got in there, and it's been affecting my eye. And so, you know, I said, I got to come anyway, regardless. You know, I said I have to come. I spoke to Hakeem this morning with telling him about it. But anyway, I'm going to start from reading from Quran. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. O you who believe, fasting is prescribed for you, as it was prescribed for those before you, so that you may guard against evil for a certain amount of days. But whoever among you is sick or on a journey, he shall fast a like number of days. And those who find it extremely hard may effect redemption by feeding a poor person. So whoever does good spontaneously, it is better for him, and that you may fast is better for you if you but knew Sadaqallah, then surely Allah speaks the truth. Now, this is a continuation from the last time I came. I spoke on health, and being Ramadan is coming very soon. Got about not even 6 weeks, Ramadan to be here. So I wanted to touch on that because I want to show you some of the benefits. And we know fasting is the best medicine there is. And so I want to touch on the physical benefits of the fast, okay? The physical benefits of the fast. And Ramadan, if done correctly, will give you a whole new lease on life, mentally, spiritually, and physically. So like I said, I'm going to touch on the physical aspects of the fast. Now, I want to start by saying animals do not have to be restrained from overeating and dietary abuses. But for humans, the love of material life and the temptations of the physical desires are responsible for the vast majority of illnesses. And we know we have a lot of illnesses in our community. A lot of people have all kinds of health issues, and that's because we abuse ourselves, a lot of us, okay? And therefore, Allah, the Most Kind, has provided guidance to control and to know these appetites by the mechanism of the fast. Allah says in Surah 79, ayats 40-41, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, and as for him who fears to stand before his Lord and restrains himself from low desires, the paradise is surely an abode. God speaks the truth. So abstaining from things that are ordinarily lawful and permitted in life solely for the sake of Allah strengthens morality and self-control and deepens awareness of Allah. This is what distinguishes fasting in Al-Islam from ordinary fasting for health. The technical term for fasting is siyam, whose root word means to rest. To rest, keep that in mind. By abstaining from food, drink, and sexual intercourse during the daylight hours, these functions of the body are granted rest and an opportunity to become revivified. So the fast is like a tune-up for the body, the mind, and the spirit. It's like a tune-up. And because all three have to be cleansed. All three have to be cleansed. The fast also includes restraining the eyes from any evil sight and shunning useless talk. You know, a lot of us have a lot of useless talk. During Ramadan, we shouldn't have that, but we shouldn't be talking useless nonsense anyway. We should use our intelligence and talk about knowledge, something useful, something we can benefit from, but not just gossip and drama and all that stuff. We don't need that, okay? And we shouldn't be, and during Ramadan, we should avoid slander and obscenities and hypocrisy and so on. So the fast is so strict that one cannot listen to forbidden speech coming from others. You know, one should leave the presence of the person who violates these prohibitions. Sometimes we get around people during Ramadan and people talking foolishness. Avoid that. Walk away from it, change the subject, do whatever you have to do. But don't sit around and listen to any nonsense, okay? Let's look at the physical health benefits of the Ramadan fast. And I have to be quick because I know I'm late and we only have a certain amount of time. Although the main intention and desired effects of fasting occur in the realm of the soul and its evolution, it nonetheless remains a fact that most people achieve physical results of the fast as well. During the fast, the ordinary work performed in the digestion of foods is reduced, thereby allowing the body to eliminate all those superfluous matters, all right, to repair damage done by long time dietary abuses, which many of us do, okay? So let's look at how most people eat non-stop, okay, and not caring what they put in their bodies, never giving it rest. You know, people just eat constantly. They don't even wait for the signal of the stomach to say, okay, it's time to feed me. Just constantly eating anything they can find. Eating potato chips, Cheetos, and all this kind of stuff. Pizza and just stuffing themselves. Talking about they're hungry. But abusing themselves. All these foods are destroying your health. I'd go into a lot of that, but we're not going to have too much time today. But most people are eating the worst of foods. So when fasting, the first action the body takes when given the opportunity is to generate the strange fever, the strange heat of fever. Heat of fever. This special kind of heat causes a rapid processing or cooking down of the excess matters, regardless of what they may be. The substances are thus refined into a form which can be eliminated by the body. It's getting rid of the toxins. It's getting rid of the waste. All the stuff we have put in there for the past year. Now is the time to eliminate all this stuff. It's got to come out. You can't keep putting junk in there and it doesn't come out. This elimination occurs in a healing crisis. Sometimes you have a healing crisis. Sometimes you eat so much junk that you have a healing crisis. You may have a fever. You might break out. Anything can happen because of all the junk we have put in the body, okay? So the healing crisis means the body is putting out the excess, frequently harmful and toxic byproducts of abnormal, incomplete digestion. A lot of us don't digest our foods properly. A lot of us are so constipated we can't even go to the bathroom once a week. That's bad. You got stuff stuck in there for years that hasn't even come out. And now is the chance to get this stuff out of your body. So oddly enough, these healing crises are precisely the events that Western medicine labels as illnesses and disease. A lot of us suffer with disease. You know, the majority of Americans are on some kind of medication. Go into medicine cabinets and see what they have in there. All types of medication because of the abuses, okay? Not taking care of the body. And these things don't cure anything. It's just like a Band-Aid. So you have to put the right foods in there. The right medicine is from the garden of Allah. Allah put things in the earth for us to heal, to keep us healthy. This is what we want. Let's look at what happens when we fast. One important thing that happens is that the liver, which has over 500 functions, you know, the liver has over 500 functions, can rest up to 6 hours. That's why I said fasting is rest. So the liver rests for about 6 hours. Okay, it gets a break. The liver is worn out just like a guard on duty 24/7 or lifelong. Okay, because of this, the secretion of bile for digestion purposes lead to problems of interference with its other functions. So, no diet other than fasting can give the liver rest. No other diet, nothing can give a liver rest like the Ramadan fast, because you're going 13, 14 hours without water, without food, without putting nothing in your body. Now your body's at rest. Now it's starting to heal. Now it's starting to get better. And believe it or not, most of your diseases, if you do this fast correctly, a lot of your sicknesses will disappear. That's a fact, if you do it correctly. If we allow during the fast a food particle as small as 1/10 of a gram to enter the stomach, the digestive system is activated and the liver immediately starts functioning. Just a little teeny gram can cause that liver to activate all over again, okay, when it's supposed to be at rest. During the fast, the immune system is strengthened. Now, the majority of your sickness is because of a weakened immune system. A lot of us have a weakened immune system because we eat so much junk. We put all this sugar into our body. And like I mentioned last time, sugar is a poison. Sugar will weaken you. Sugar, cancer patients shouldn't even eat sugar because it feeds the cancer. Okay? And 50% of your antibodies, which is part of the immune system, is weakened when you take in sugar. And sugar is one molecule from being crack. That's how addictive it is. And a lot of people, that's all they eat, sweetened things. Everything with sugar. They don't read labels. They eat sugar. They want sweets. And now you're killing yourself. Also, the restful effect of fasting on the throat and the esophagus is truly beneficial. Now, a lot of us suffer from acid reflux. That affects your esophagus and can cause esophageal cancer because of all the acid reflux. You're going to bed with all that food in your stomach, and in the morning you wake up, you got acid reflux, and you don't feel good, you got heartburn and all that. You're destroying your body and your esophagus just from that. Like I always say, your last meal, wait 3 hours after you eat, and then lay down to go to sleep, so you won't have this problem. During the fast, the secretion of all stomach fluids is tempered, so the acid secretion in the stomach is interrupted with the intention to fast. When you have the intention to fast, the stomach knows exactly to shut down. Okay? Excuse me. So the muscle of the stomach is relaxed during the month of Ramadan. Also, a healthy stomach performs successful digestion when the fast is broken in the evening. The intestines are also relaxed during the fast. The majority of your immune system is in your intestines. Did you know that? The majority of your immune system is in your intestines. If you keep your intestines clean and flowing, you'll have a strong immune system. But if it's all clogged up with all kind of stuff stuck in there for years, you have a weakened immune system. And then you can wind up with colon cancer. You see, because nothing's moving. Also during the fast, blood volume decreases during the daytime, which provides relief to the heart, which in fact reduces your blood pressure. Yeah, your blood pressure goes down during the fast. You see, because of the rest. The pressure is always low during the fast. Now, fasting is also the best precaution against arteriosclerosis, hardening of the arteries, all that plaque in there and stuff. You see, all that hardening, that creates stroke, that creates heart attacks, things of that nature. So you want to fast so you can clean out your arteries. it's like work. It's like roto-rooter working. You put some pomegranate juice in there every day. It's like roto-rooter. It starts cleaning your arteries out. Okay, get all the stuff out of your body which you don't need. Now, all nutrients in the blood are utilized, and no remainder is left, especially when the time to break the fast approaches. Therefore, fats and similar leftovers are not deposited in your arterial walls to cause constriction. It removes the plaque that's stuck in your arteries, okay? Also, your kidneys, which are rested during the fast, are restored to health. Now, you know we have a lot of kidney problems out there. There's dialysis places all over in our community, dialysis centers. Everybody on dialysis, it seems like. Your kidneys are malfunctioning because you eat so much meat, so much protein, you're wearing out your kidneys. You're diabetic, it leads to kidney failure. So this is a time to heal the kidneys, bring the kidneys back to life. You understand? Also, your pituitary gland, your thyroid gland, your pancreas gland, all are rested during the fast. Also, blood formation during the fast. As we know, blood is formed in the bones or the marrow or the bones, okay? So whenever blood is required in the body, a reflex stimulates the bone marrow. During fasting, when nutrients in the blood fall to a minimal level, the bone marrow is stimulated. The bone marrow is stimulated, okay? As a result, anemics, people who are anemics, produce more blood easily when they fast. When they fast. And since the liver is restricted in fasting, it can prepare the materials needed by the bone marrow for blood production more easily and in greater quantity. Do you understand? That's why it's important to fast. Listen, when Ramadan comes, think about these things. This is very important. Fasting also can avert cancer. Fasting can heal, like I said, most diseases. If you go, listen, if you would just, not even during Ramadan, if you just go 72 hours without food, do you know you get a whole new immune system? Just go 72 hours without food anytime during the year, and you'll have a brand new immune system. It'll be strengthened, okay? And do you know that people in the Middle East have the lowest rates of cancer? Why? Because they fast during Ramadan. Studies have shown this. Lowest rates of cancer because they fast during Ramadan, okay? And because of fasting during Ramadan, outside of Ramadan, you can do what they call intermittent fasting, where you go without eating for 4, 5, or 6 hours. Look, we should all, any day of the year, you eat a breakfast, wait 4, 5, 6 hours before you eat something else. Don't even put nothing in your system. That's called intermittent fasting. Now you're cleansing the body. Now you're healing the body. It won't hurt. Most people, they want to snack all in between, get this and that, eating Cheetos and all this stuff here, some of this food got pork in it, and you don't even realize it. Okay? So you go 4, 5, 6, 7 hours without food. That's called intermittent fasting. This is very good for the body. Stay away from the sugars, okay? Stay away from the sugars, like I mentioned also. Parasites are associated with cancer. A lot of us have parasites. There's a connection between parasites and cancer that these doctors won't tell you about. So parasites have to be eliminated from the body. I tell people to get some black walnut or some wormwood and take some of that early in the morning for suhoor or something. And the parasites, after a few days, will start to eliminate out of the body. You need to get rid of parasites. They're eating up your insides, okay? And when we start the fast on Ramadan, always eat a light meal, brothers and sisters. Don't sit down and put some grits and pancakes and bacon and all this stuff together to start the day, you don't wind up hungry during the day. Eat a light meal, some fruit, some dates or something. That's better for you. That's healing. That's got life. That's a living food. It's got water in it. It's got enzymes in it. It digests easily, quick. And you have more energy during the day as opposed to eating a big old breakfast that's going to make you sluggish the rest of the day and make you hungrier during the day before you even time to break the fast, okay? So, eat a light meal, or a smoothie will do, a good smoothie, okay? And when you break the fast, you break it, like I said, with dates of water. But when you eat your meal in the evening, brothers and sisters, listen. Don't go trying to make up for what you missed during the day. I see brothers, especially brothers, in the evening, after the prayer, after the Maghrib prayer, they go to eat. They trying to eat 2 and 3 portions, constantly going back for more, seconds and thirds. You're defeating the whole purpose of the fast. You're supposed to eat a simple meal, a light meal. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ would eat a light meal. He was almost a vegetarian. He hardly even ate meat, maybe once a month. That's a fact. He ate light. We're supposed to eat like a poor person. A lot of us, man, we want to stack up on burgers and steaks and everything else. You're hurting yourself. That's all you're doing. Okay? So, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, the stomach is the home of dis-ease. That's what the Prophet said. The stomach is the home of dis-ease. And diet is the main medicine. That's what he said. Diet is the main medicine. All right? That was recorded by Sahih Muslim. He also said, allow your food to cool before eating, for in hot food there is no blessing. That's what the Prophet said, okay? He also said, when you eat, take your shoes off, for then indeed your feet have more rest. Well, in your home, as a Muslim, we should have our shoes off anyway, okay? Especially when we're eating, so that's a good thing that he mentioned in there. He also said, less food, less sin. Less food, less sin. Okay? And in closing, like I mentioned last time, stop making your body into a graveyard. Stop putting all this dead stuff in your body. Stop putting all these ultra-processed foods in your body. Man-made stuff. This stuff is killing you. There's no life in there. Put some living food in there. Fruits, vegetables, grains, seeds, whatever. Nuts, walnuts. Walnuts are great for the heart. Walnuts are good for your brain. You look at a walnut, it looks like your brain. They just had a study where they said eating red meat can cause dementia. Dementia. And eating a lot of these processed foods, all these chips, pretzels, and Cheetos and all that, can affect your hearing. These are facts. These are facts. So put living foods into your body. Foods that give you life and health. Okay? And lastly, in Quran, Surah 55, Ayat 10-13, and the earth has he appointed for his creatures, wherein are fruit and sheathed palm trees, husked grain, and scented herb. Which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? Alhamdulillah. Okay, we'll pause and ask Allah to guide us, make us better Muslims, that we may strive to be the best we can. Alhamdulillah. Amen. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Bear witness there is no God but Allah, and bear witness that Muhammad is his servant. Lastly, and this is going to be short because my time has run out. I had this has nothing to do with fasting, but something I saw in the Quran I used to wonder about. And, again, excuse me. In Surah 35, Ayat 1, Al-Fatih, the originator, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Praise be to Allah, the originator of the heavens and the earth, the maker of the angels, messengers, flying on wings, 2 and 3 and 4. He increases in creation what he pleases. Surely Allah is possessor of power over all things. Now, I used to wonder what it meant by this ayat, angels flying on 2, 3, and 4 wings. Okay? You got a couple even ones, 2, then you have an odd one, 3, and you have the other one, 4. So, is it possible that the angel's wings, 2, 3, and 4, are a reference here to the rakats of prayer, which are 2, 3, and 4 in number? The Fajr prayer consists of 2 rakats. The Maghrib, 3 rakats. And the afternoon prayer and the Isha prayer, 4 rakats. In prayer, man holds communion with Allah and is raised to spiritual eminence. He, as it were, flies to Allah on his wings, and the angels are the agents which make him fly to Allah, their wings thus standing for the rakats of prayer. Alhamdulillah. So in closing with Surah 35 ayat 3, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. O men, call to mind the favor of Allah to you. Is there any creator besides Allah who provides for you from the heaven and the earth? There is no God but He. How are you then turned away? So I want to thank you, brothers and sisters. I pray you got a little something out of it. I know I had to rush because we're supposed to be done by quarter to 2. And so I thank Imam Rahman again for inviting me. I pray that we all, when Ramadan comes, we do it correctly and try to do better. And just a suggestion, myself, when I do the fast myself during Ramadan, I eat nothing but fruit and vegetables. That's it. For the whole month. No cooked food or nothing. And I'm going to tell you something. You feel like a 21-year-old all over again. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable how you feel. Because you're putting life into your body. Living things. And you feel great. Believe me. Alhamdulillah. ربنا اتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. All our give us excellence in this world, excellence in the world to come. Save us from the fires of sin and save us from the hellfire. Ameen. You come into Salah.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Hayya ala salah, hayya ala falah. Come to Salah, come to Salah. Allahu Akbar.